Next up we have the Austrian model 1886 straight pull rifle. This was the gun that the Austrians come up with, straight pull design, that started it all and eventually became the, through development and changes, ended up with the 1895 straight pull guns that we all like. But this earlier version is a lot different, and we're going to go over that and take a look at it. You got to remember, these were early 1880s is when smokeless powder started to come out. This here is a black powder cartridge gun. There was a model before this, the 1885, which used a clip mechanism that ejected from the bottom like the M1 Garand. This here was the first one that used the clip mechanism, which is very similar to our model 1895s. And basically how it works, hold it back, press the clip down until it latched, and same as the 1895, the clip would drop out the bottom, which also you can eject the clip with a little button down there that I accidentally pressed. But same thing, and it is the 11.15 by 58 Verndl caliber. Now, the Austrians made these guns, and like I said, as smokeless powder was being developed, they decided to go on, try to catch up and get the smokeless round. All of the Austrian guns, or guns in the Austrians' possession, in this old black powder caliber, were converted to the 8x50 rim cartridge. They did it by rebarreling it and changing the rear sight graduation. This model became model 1888. You will not find any of the original Austrian guns in this old caliber. This gun was one of the ones sold either to Chile or somewhere in South America. There was a contract where they exported the guns in that 11mm Verndl caliber. And later on they were imported as surplus into the U.S. That's the only way you'll find one of these guns in this condition, in this caliber. And they're all usually in pretty beat up shape. So a couple other interesting features about this gun we'll go here is, I always wondered why on the barrel bands there was this little, like a sharp point or something. And very interestingly, I found out that this gun has a Volley Sight. If you loosen this screw on the sight here, there's a little tab underneath, and if you pull that out, there's a little notch which lines up here to this here. And how that's used, stand back please, is we got the Volley Sight out, we have our notch there, and I guess when you aim, you're pretty much holding it high or whatever. But that's how you use your Volley Sight on this. Very interesting little thing I found out. This particular gun has a barrel band missing, and the stacking post is missing on this. But other than that, now these guns would be the model 1886, 1888, and 1888-90. These early straight pulls. They differ from the model 1895s, and I'll show you. They have a release lever back here, and also here's the safety. Let's make sure we're unloaded. This latch comes over here, the safety, and you can't uncock the gun. Throw it back. Gun's on safe. Throw it off. Gun fires. Now to get the bolt out, we'll take a look at the bolt. Here's a trick. Because this thing will close on you. You take a nickel and you kind of wedge it in there. Like this. And what happens is once we get the bolt free, it won't try to close. And here, let me set this down so we can do this easily. Pull this lever here to the side, and then the bolt comes free. Now, if you notice on this bolt, there are no locking lugs. Okay? How the gun locks up. Ooh, that looks cracked. Yeah, it is. When the bolt is all the way home, this wedges up into the receiver here, and that is what holds the bolt in place. Your firing pin. So when they tried converting these guns to the 8x50, they found that they had trouble with these wedges fracturing and breaking. Like, looks like this one here cracked. There's a crack in it. So that was a problem with this gun. It didn't convert well into the smokeless powder era, and they found that these wedges would fail on them. So get that back up in there. Again, we use a 5-cent piece, hold her in place, and then the bolt just slides back up into the receiver like this. Okay. So basically that's your operation of the gun, the Volley Sight. Pretty neat gun, but I have to do some inspecting on this. I didn't like that crack there. I just noticed that, so I may not be shooting this gun unless I can get a replacement for that wedge. But very interesting gun. I like it, and we'll do some more on this and see. Maybe we'll shoot it, maybe not, but maybe we will give it a try. Okay.